Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today I have my Bath & Body Works X Disney Princesses haul for you guys. I was so excited I was able to get in store, really give everything a smell, and this will serve as my haul slash first impressions, and we'll be doing more in-depth reviews on each of the Disney princesses, as well as if I think it smells similar to something else in the Bath & Body Works lineup. There is one that I'm pretty sure is just a repackage, but you will have to stay tuned. So that being said, if you're returning to my channel, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. We do all things body care on my channel, so if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's dive right on into the haul. All right, you guys, real quick, I do want to show you what the store looked like. I know some of you were just able to order online or won't be able to make it into the stores today, so I wanted to put up some photos and videos that I took. Starting out, when you walk into the store, you are greeted by the center display, which is a huge castle. On that center display, you have the brand new Life's a Fairy Tale in the body care, as well as some of the more generic accessory pieces. So you had the gold castle candle holder, as well as the music box sort of near the top left. I'm not sure if I got that in the footage, but I think I did. And then on the back side of the center display was where the Tiana and the Belle stuff was. Now for Tiana and Belle, I did notice that they had a smaller product range than the other princesses. Didn't see any pocketbacks or any diamond shimmer mist. I think they're just not releasing those. However, I'm not sure. It could have been my store. I could have totally missed it. It could be online exclusives. I don't know if that was just something that that just caught me off guard, or I didn't even notice it, but wanted to throw that out there in case you were on the hunt for maybe a Belle or a Tiana diamond shimmer mist or pocketback. Now beyond just the center display, you will have two smaller displays on the right, at least I did in my store. One of those displays housed Rapunzel as well as Snow White. So Rapunzel was in the front with her beautiful tower candle holder that was so stunning to see in person, and then Snow White was on the back side of Rapunzel, and it was all blues and reds and apples. Really pretty. I think it was the wishing well was either in my store, or it was the like bird key purses, and not key purses, coin purses, and like the pocket back holders and the apple wallflower. And then on the other side of the center display, that is where we had the Aurora items. So we did have the candle holder that was like the pink pillow with the crown. And then on the back side, we had Mulan, and Mulan was all of the teals, so the diamond shimmer mist, a lot of the hair comb pocket back holders, some of the wallflower holders as well, and then all of her body care. Now, usually where they would have, in my store at least, it's like a big blue outline section where they have a lot of these signature body care items that are always out year round. That wall was entirely filled with Disney princess items as well. So maybe if you didn't want to jump back and forth between display to display, shopping the wall was your best option. You had all the body care, the candles, and then a lot of those more collector accessories down at the bottom. So overall, really great experience in store. The employees were lovely. There was music playing. Really the only thing that was a little bit of a damper was I did come across a reseller. I don't know what goes through people's heads and how they don't feel like that's wrong. I'm just gonna say that. I think it's wrong to buy things to resell at an extremely high value, especially when there's a limited drop. You know, people want to appreciate the artistry, appreciate two brands coming together to collaborate and make something new, especially when you have no desire to enjoy it. You're just in there for financial gain. I think that is extremely greedy. I don't agree with that. I think you should just go buy for yourself, buy for maybe your friends and family, and really enjoy what you buy. We don't need a reseller market, especially on stuff like this, as there are so many people interested in it that were coming into the store to really check it out. I just thought that was unfair, and I'm not a fan of that at all. So thought I would throw that out there, but let's dive into the haul. So the first thing that I picked up, and I did not pick up any of the full-size body care with the little asterisk yet. People are saying that the cream sale and the fine fragrance mist sale happening tomorrow will be including the Disney princess items. So I wanted to wait to see if that's true. I didn't want to go back into the store and maybe fight for a price match when there were a lot of people that were going to be in the store anyways. So thought I would just hold out, and I honestly wanted to test everything from the products that I grabbed before committing to the full size version. So the first thing I got is going to be the Disney Princess Aurora in the mini fine fragrance mist. Scent notes on this one are soft rose petals and sandalwood, finished with a touch of sparkling fairy dust. It categorizes this one as a floral gourmand, and I think the packaging on this is absolutely stunning. I really like, even though this is such a small package, how much detail they were able to pack into this. As you can see on the sides, they have pink and blue, which is reminiscent of them making her dress scene. You also have some gold roses, crowns, you have Aurora's silhouette, obviously the dark pink of the gold, and then the light pink. Overall, really, really nicely done. So much better than the original collection. I feel like they took the original collection, said basically everything that I said in my video, and then applied it to the new collection. So I am one happy camper. Now, regarding the smell on this, I'm going to spray this into the cap just a little bit so I can give you guys a first impressions. I definitely want to test these out a little bit more before I do a full-blown review, but initial smell, it definitely is giving a floral gourmand, exactly what it described it as. I'm not exactly sure why I'm getting very similar to what Leah Janae said about kind of like a berry type sweet fragrance. I do smell that, even though this mainly says it's just rose and sandalwood. If you see me looking down and to the right, that is where my laptop is that has all of the scent notes. So that's what I'm referencing in case I'm just randomly looking down there and coming up with information. But overall, this is really pretty. It's extremely wearable. I think this is going to be super layerable, maybe the most layerable out of the newer items. Really excited about this. We'll talk a little bit more about this in the Sleeping Beauty or Aurora specific video. Now, the next thing we have, the only thing that we have that is not a part of the Disney Princesses collection, but because I picked up the hand sanitizers and I was going for the 6 for $10 deal, and they didn't have a 6th version of a Disney Princess, I did have to pick one from their normal range, and I picked White Tea and Sage. I just finished this in the single wick candle, one of my favorites. It actually smells like a spa. This would be perfect for spring and summer. Would love for them to bring this out in body care, but if you're someone that wants just something super fresh, clean, but doesn't like a eucalyptus spearmint, maybe that's just too much for you. You just something want soft, fresh, and clean. White Tea and Sage is going to be a go for me every single time. All right, now the rest of the princess items. The first thing that we have, oh, I guess I already went through this. This is Aurora, just in the pocketback version. I thought I would show you guys this as well. Really enjoy the design on this. Love the pink cap. Love that the gel is pink as well. This looks so stunning and definitely keeps with the theme of Aurora. Now, the next newer item we have is going to be Rapunzel. So this is what the Rapunzel pocketback looks like. You definitely have the purple and the gold. Love the font that they chose for Rapunzel, and then you have her lanterns and the sunflower as well. Basically, every component of the Tangled movie is on this pocketback, which is insane. Now, Rapunzel, it says, glowing sundrop flowers and rich nectar wrapped in golden musk evoke Rapunzel's vibrant and optimistic personality. This one is very interesting. This is one where I left the store and I went, should I have gotten Rapunzel instead of Aurora? But the more I smell this, the more I'm a little bit like, okay, I think I need a breather. I think I need to test this out a little bit more, and then we'll go back into the store. This one is just a very specific scent. I don't know what this smells like. It definitely smells warm. It kind of smells like when you've been in the sun for a very long time, which I know is not doing it justice. It's almost like a floral, I don't want to say sunscreen type of vibe, but it's like you've been in the sun all day long. The sunscreen's starting to wear off. Maybe you like put on some body mist or something, kind of walking out of the beach or the pool. I don't know. I need to do some more research on this. However, this is very distinct. There is something in this where it is going to smell like Rapunzel, whether you like it or not. I don't find this one to be very layerable. It's much more of kind of a high-end, more unique style perfume where it's something where it's like when everyone smells it, they like immediately know what it is. Not that it says, not to say it smells like black opium. It absolutely doesn't, but kind of the vibe of like people when they smell something, they're like, oh, that's black opium. Like that's what that one smells like from YSL. That's kind of the vibe that I get with Rapunzel. Once you smell this, you're gonna go, that smells like Rapunzel, and it's just gonna be a very unique, specific type of fragrance. Need to do a little bit more research on this one before I can fully give you guys my in-depth thoughts, but really enjoy the packaging, and I'm excited to try this one out a little bit more. Now, the next princess we have is going to be one of my all-time favorites, and if you have not seen Mulan 2, you are totally missing out. That is easily in my top 3 Disney movies of all time. It is so funny. The animation is so pretty. story. The songs are good. Just the entire artistry behind the film is really good. And the message is really good as well. So really enjoyed that movie. But this is what Mulan looks like. Love the teal, love the gold. I just think this looks stunning for Mulan. And this one has notes of magnolia blossom. It says magnolia blossom and radiant apricot meet the freshness of fierce water. So that is what this one looks like. Now this one surprised me. I thought this was going to be much more of a floral apricot type of fragrance with a little bit of like an aquatic undertone. Leah Janae, when she did her video, she said this is very aquatic, and I have to say I agree with her. There's something in this where it really just kind of smells like a sharp water type of fragrance. I don't want to say it's salty, and I don't want to say it's patchouli, but kind of if you're familiar with Into the Night, how it has that bite at the beginning, Mulan has that kind of bite at the beginning, which honestly, I think is super fitting when you're thinking about her as a character as a whole. However, I'm really not picking up the majority of those other fragrance notes like the magnolia or the apricot. I think maybe they just went a little bit too much with kind of whatever that spice note that they were using, that it's kind of overpowering the other items. But again, I think I just need to play around with this one a little bit more, and that will come in my more in-depth review of this. So super excited. Packaging is easily in maybe I don't want to say my favorite packaging because I really like Aurora, and Rapunzel is a very close second. Probably third overall of the entire collection. Mulan is definitely coming in that space because, I mean, it's teal, it's beautiful, it's so pretty. Really enjoyed this one, and I'm super excited to try it out a little bit more. Now, the next one we have is going to be Snow White, which they chose to do in the blue, and I actually love the packaging design on this. When I saw this, I originally thought this is super stunning. Love blue packaging, green, blue, and purple. You guys know me, and I was a little bit surprised that they did Snow White in blue. I thought it was going to be red, but when I saw the blue, I was like, okay, very, very pretty. Does it match Snow White? I don't know. Now that I've looked at it, I've seen the collection, I see where they're going with the blue birds. I really, really enjoy the blue packaging. Now this one, scent notes wise, this one has notes of mystic red apple and ripened fruits set against the backdrop of enchanted woods. It's supposedly going to create a fragrance as charming and whimsical as Snow White herself. And I mean, just like look at all those details, even on the pocket back, they really knocked this collection out of the park when it comes to packaging. Now this one, it has a very nice apple fragrance to it. It is a true apple. I did in my predictions video think that this might smell like sweater weather. That is absolutely not the case. However, there is one that I think this smells nearly identical to that I will be talking about when I do my Snow White in-depth review video. There's definitely something, because this is something that I had very recently that I think this smells nearly identical to. So you'll have to stay tuned, but super excited to do my in-depth review on this one. Now, the last fragrance we have is going to be the new Life's a Fairy Tale. Now, this one, packaging-wise, not my favorite, and I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to tilt it to the side so you can kind of see the packaging look, as when I do it to the front, it's just way too bright to actually capture it. I don't know. I get what they were going with the gold, but honestly, I would have preferred if they just took the body care packaging, kind of that grid design with all of the princess icons, and then applied it to the packaging of the hand sanitizer. I think this one, if we can get it to focus, I think this one is just a little bit boring. Life's a Fairy Tale, though, it says, a blend of charming berries, whimsical floral notes, and the warmth of Kingdom Woods. This one, to me, is the most basic of the entire launch. I think if there's one thing you can skip, just based off first impressions, it's going to be Life's a Fairy Tale. I mean, it's a nice fragrance. It has a berry scent into it. However, I think this is something that we see replicated multiple times. Nothing extremely spectacular or unique like the other ones. I think the majority of the other fragrances are more unique than what we're used to seeing. Life's a Fairy Tale, not so much. Not to say that it's not pretty. I obviously bought it. Like, I do enjoy it. I think it's a pretty fragrance. However, for those of us that just have a lot of berry fragrances in our collection, you're probably not going to need to add this to your collection. I just personally don't believe there's enough complexity, or it's not special enough to warrant buying an entire other set of a berry type of fragrance with a little bit of floral and a little bit of woods. But I do enjoy it as a scent, and that is why I picked it up. But you guys, that really wraps up my haul and first impressions. So I did end up picking up all of the princesses technically. Super excited to see what happens tomorrow, if all of the stuff is going to be included from a creams and fine fragrance mist perspective into the sale tomorrow, or if it's not going to be included. If it is, prices. Definitely, if you bought stuff today, go in and get that price match. Definitely don't buy all this stuff full price if you can help it. I know they were running a buy three, get three. Some people had 20% off coupons, which I always love to see, but I'm always a big advocate of if you can get it later and save a little bit of money, definitely go that route rather than getting it a little bit earlier and spending a lot more. But I hope you guys enjoyed the haul and the first impressions. Super excited to dive into this collection a little bit more. Let me know in the comments down below your initial thoughts. If you guys went into the store today, I would love to hear from you guys what you're thinking about this collection as a whole. Which is your favorite princess? I think right now my favorite is going to be Aurora. I don't want to say by a landslide because I definitely want to do some more research and kind of more testing out with the Rapunzel fragrance, but Aurora for me is definitely one of my favorites. So you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys!